Hi everybody, and if this is your first visit, I'd like to welcome you to the Academy. This tutorial is going to be over RedPower 2 pre-release 6 for Minecraft 1.4.7. This mod is by Elaram. Her website is www.elaram.com. You can go there to download this mod and check out her blog for updates on later releases. Alright, we're going to get started today with just going over some of the basic ores and some of the basic materials that are added to this mod. The first thing we're going to go over is the ores. This is copper. It can be mined by anything, basically wood and up, and this generates up to level 64 in small clusters. It's not very rare. You should be able to find it pretty easy. The next thing is tin. Again, you can be mined with wood and up. This is spawned up to level 48, also in small clusters, and is also pretty common. The next thing we have is silver. You'll need at least a cobblestone pickaxe to mine this. This is got a low rarity. It's not the rarest of the spawned ores, but it is a little bit rarer than copper or tin. And this spawns up to level 32. The next thing we have is nickelite. This is going to be the first thing that actually drops an item other than an ore. It needs at least an iron pickaxe to be mined. Nickelite is in small clusters. It also has a low rarity and spawns up to level 16. Then we get into the first of the gems, sapphire. Sapphire, all of these gems are going to need an iron pickaxe to mine. Sapphire, ruby, and emeralds, or I'm sorry, green sapphires now. They all have a spawn rate of, give me just a moment, I need to check that. Alright, sorry for that little cut there. Sapphires, these all spawn up to level 48. And there'll be small clusters. I personally think that the blue sapphires here are rarer than the ruby and the green sapphire. I find a lot more rubies more often than not than green sapphires or sapphires. These are pretty rare in my opinion. The last thing we have here is tungsten ore. This is the only thing that has a high rarity. You'll find it in either 1 or 2 block chunks. Very sparsely put out, but there's actually no use for this ore at this time, so that shouldn't really be a concern. It was just added in so that future updates to RedPower 2, if she did find a use for it, you wouldn't have to regen your world, so that was pretty cool of her. Alright, so let's get on to some of the other things this mod adds. Okay, we're going to start off with the project table. This is basically a crafting table with a inventory space on it. It also has a nice feature of when you put your recipe in it. For example, here is the recipe for the project table. If you put the items that are needed to craft that in here, when you click on this, if you watch these numbers, you're going to notice they go down. Blink. All right, and it refills the recipe with the components needed to make another one. If I made another one, what would happen? Boom. All right, see, because it used the rest of the new materials in there. And if I made another one, boom, now they're all gone. All right, so that's made with stone on the top, wood on the sides, a normal crafting chest in the center, and a small chest on the bottom. All right, I basically use these exclusively in my tutorials, so later tutorials where I'm going over single mods will probably have RedPower in them, just so that I can show you how they're made and make some like that. I find it very useful. I usually make one of these tables as fast as I can in game and throw away these things. These things are garbage. I like being able to leave my stuff in there and quickly close out and run and get something and come back and add it to it and continue on, and not having to re-put in the recipe every time. It's really nice. The next thing we have here is a sickle. It is made with 3 items here and a stick here. I just went with the diamond because it's pretty, but you can make these with wood, cobblestone, gold, iron, and all of the gems. Basically, that's the only use for the gems, is tools, really. They have the same durability as diamonds, but they can only mine stuff like an iron pickaxe could, or any other iron tool, so they can't do obsidian, basically. But the nice thing about these is when you have crops or you have something on the ground that you want to um, pick up, if you click on it with one of these in hand, it will do a 5 by 5 area instead of just that single block. So yeah, kind of nice. It also works on tree leaves now, from what I understand, so that's kind of useful too if you're collecting leaves for saplings or just to use. All right. Next thing we have here is a handsaw. This is used really just to make micro blocks is its main uses. It does have a couple of other uses, but we go over this now because here pretty soon we're gonna go over some stuff that requires the use of this. But basically, it's made with sticks and iron, and it's used to cut blocks up. This is the iron, and it is the lowest grade of it. They have the iron, then you have the gems, and then you have diamond. Obviously, diamond being the hardest is used to cut some of the harder substances, and is required for some things that need a diamond. The next thing we have is another, I guess you would call it tool. It's a diamond draw plate. It kind of functions the same way as a handsaw, where it's used in the crafting table, and we'll kind of go over that in a minute. And it's made with, as a matter of fact, some of these microblocks, and we're actually going to go over these real quick because you need to know how to make them in order to make this. All right, so that's over here. And basically what you do is it's going to require pieces of diamond, so you're going to need a diamond handsaw. Right, so we went over how to make a diamond handsaw. You put the diamond handsaw in the middle, you put a block of diamond here, it's going to give you 2 diamond slabs. Pretty simple. All right, boom, you get 2 diamond slabs. Well, if you take those and you put them back in there, it's going to cut it in half again, and it's going to make a panel. All right, and panels are really what we're concerned with right now. That's what the diamond the diamond draw plate uses. But you're also going to need to run through these 2 steps again with a block of iron, so that you can take the block of iron, the iron panel that you make here, and you're going to put it in again here. I'm sorry, this is actually incorrect. That would actually cut it a different way. Don't do it this way. It actually goes right here, and I'll fix that later. If you put it here, it's going to cut them a different way into strips, and that's what you're looking for. Is you want the strips to go with the diamond panel that you have. And what you do is you put them in this configuration, the diamond panel in the middle, and the panel strips around it, and it makes a diamond draw plate. All right. The next thing that we have here is a paintbrush. It's really used just to paint tubes. We'll go over tubes when we get to tubes, but this is just one of the tools that adds. We're going over the tools all at once. Real easy. Wool and a stick, you get a paintbrush. Pretty simple. All right, the next thing we have is a screwdriver. This is basically like the wrench for RedPower. It's made with a stick and a piece of iron. See, there you go. Get a screwdriver. This is used mainly with right click, and it is used to rotate the logic circuits that come in RedPower. Again, logic circuits are something we'll go over in a later tutorial. These are the couple of things that are added into nature in the overworld, above ground. This is rubber wood. This is just a block of the wood. These trees are humongous. I'm sorry, I'm in a super flat. I didn't want to go looking for one to show you. But these trees actually grow in a 3 by 3 square. They're high. They're gigantic. They have lots of wood. You'd think it'd be a great place for wood. Unfortunately, the problem is when you put these in your crafting bench, you get 8 sticks. You do not get wood. There are other mods that allow you to turn it into wood, but we're strictly with RedPower in this tutorial, so all you're going to get is sticks out of them. Keep that in mind. All right, rubber tree wood makes sticks. Next thing we have is flax. This is a seed that can be gotten from the grass, just like regular seeds. This is what it looks like when it's fully grown, and when it is chopped down, you can get either 1 to 4 seeds, and you'll also get 1 to 4 string. So you don't have to use spider spawners anymore to get that string that you're going to need, and you're going to want lots of string with the new RedPower. You'll trust me. Find some flax, hold on to it. You'll see in later tutorials, string is going to be heavily used. All right, so just a couple more things we're going to go over. This is a furnace that is added by RedPower. It's called the alloyed furnace. It has specific uses. It's made with bricks. You get an alloy furnace. It's pretty cool. And look, here's the first use for it. It's a red alloy ingot. A red alloy ingot is part of RedPower. It's used by, made by mixing redstone with either copper or tin. They're interchangeable. And we'll get some coal here real quick, and you'll see it in action. We'll pop a little bit of coal in there. You'll see that the heat starts to go up. And here in a second we should have some red alloy ingots. There we go, red alloy ingot. Alright, you'll notice it uses 4 redstone and 1 copper ingot each time it makes an ingot. Alright, next thing we have here is a blue alloy ingot. This is the first use you're going to find for your nickelite. This is made with silver. Does not have any other metal it can be used with. It has to be silver. 4 ingots, 4 nickelite and 1 silver. Put them in. It's a shapeless recipe. Pop in your coal and give it a couple of seconds, and out will come out a nice blue ingot. There we go, blue alloy ingot. Great, good stuff. All right, lots of uses for those later on, you'll see. All right, so that's all we're really going to go over today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was useful for you guys. Feel free to subscribe, I guess, if you want. I don't know how much I'm going to update. Hope to get going on this and do a lot more of the Academy tutorials, so hopefully you'll see me around. Again, have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.